Okay. Good morning, everybody. And I don't have permission for a live stream. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I have to write to peace. Well, this is interesting. Good morning, everybody. I have to do one thing first. Welcome already, everybody who is here. I have to sort this problem because we promised everybody we would go live on Facebook.
We can wait a few minutes, Heike, no problem.
Yes, I turned the recording off for the time being. Okay, good morning, everybody. I don't know if we are live on Facebook. It says I don't have permission to go live, but we are here in person. And this is a very special day on which we want to honor the life and the teaching of Leonard D. And I have wonderful people already here with me. And I will hand it over to Creative School in a moment. And then Arti Saxena is here, and then we have all the other guests. Some of them I can see. Hi, Lotte. And so there is many wonderful friends here, rebirthers. And we want to honor the life and the teaching of Leonard Orr, who was the founder of modern breathwork. And he is, well, he's still in the astral plane. He left his body on the 5th of September 4 years ago. And but his work is still inspiring to us. And we will talk today about breathwork. We will talk about his teachings. And some of us will share also about the personal experiences that we had with him. So yes, I hand it over to Radha Ganam for the initiating us into this call today with prayers. We cannot hear you. I cannot hear you very good. It's very... Maybe you have to go closer to the microphone or something.
No.
It's very faint, Radha.
Okay.
Two minutes? Okay. Well, today, the 5th of September, Arti will say something later about this is the day of the teacher. and it's celebrated all over India. And so for whatever reason, Leonard chose this as his passing day, and I'm letting you in now. And we are having 5 live calls on Zoom, which we are recording, and hopefully later we can also add them on Facebook. And we are just in the beginning of it. And Leonard was a very special, unique personality. So having this happening right now, I think he would just be totally chilled and relaxed. So we can all do the same. We can just relax and take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath and getting over our technical difficulties. And
Good to
is
start.
it better? Okay.
Yes. Are
Right.
we audible now?
Yes, wonderful. Yes, great. Okay.
Thank you. So we will start with prayer from Saint Francis of Assisi. Okay. Make me a channel. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's not true faith in you. Oh, Master, granted I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. We'd next like to chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which is essentially about universal peace, universal harmony. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti. Shanti Shanti.
Thank you very much. Yes, prayer and connection to the divine and to our divine spark was something that was also very important to Leonard. And it is really important in our breathwork work that people experience their divine essence. And I hand it over now. Radha will continue, I think, with
Yes.
Talking a little bit about your experience. Creative School is a wonderful school, and 2 of you are teachers there, and you will share a little bit about the school and how the school actually has integrated the work some of the work of Leonard, and you're also doing a lot of your own work. You were already very in tune with this work or other work and spiritual work, and I let you share a little bit about your school.
Thank you, Haika. And we are also joined with Rishikeshan Varyat, who is a teacher assistant, and we welcome him also on board. So I'm very happy and glad to share that in the school now we have a beautiful routine wherein at the end of the day we have fire pits, Havan Kunds, and the children there are around 200 children. So we have at least 150 of the children and adults come and sit in the evening after sunset, and we have some satsang, chanting, and on some days it is bhajans, on some days it is hymns or Om Namah Shivaya is chanted as a group, and we sit by the fire and we share the challenges in the smaller group that we have experienced through the day, and the children then share affirmations that they connect to as they reflect on the day and all the ups and downs of the day, and we end with a round of gratitude. So this has been happening every day in the school day, and the children and adults, all of us have been able to be more reflective, and the challenges are beautiful to listen to, and the affirmations starting from the 5-year-olds to adults, 40, 50-year-olds. That's been happening very seamlessly, and for which we are obviously very grateful to Jayashree Ashok's leadership and her vision of integrating spirituality as seamlessly as possible into the day's schedule. So this is something I wanted to share with all of you.
Thank you. Well, Leonard was so amazed when he met all of you, and Jayashree and her husband Ashok, who founded this school, integrating the spiritual principles and seeing the divine in all children, and of course using techniques as well. And you are also using the rebirthing breath work. But I understand that all the teachers have done sessions and are able to give sessions. And I will come to meet you all in person in about a month's time. So I will be in Bangalore with you. I'm going to India in 2 weeks, and first going to see Aarti there in Rishikesh. Now I'm handing now
children.
The children, yes. I want to share something. Yes.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, we'll start with Dhruv here. Dhruv.
Hi, my name is Dhruv. I'm in class 8 from Sunexora, and I'll just like to share a few sentences on my experiences from breathwork. Right now I've just completed 3 sessions of breathwork. I was able to learn to control my breath. It helped me keep myself calm, and a lot of these sessions have helped me get rid of any unwanted or negative emotions that haven't let me keep myself the best way I want to be. And then these sessions were very good and helpful for me, so that I was able to keep myself settled, and I was able to look in myself and talk to my inner voice. My sessions help me. They've helped me keep myself calm mainly, and I can't talk much about it because right now I have more sessions to attend. But from these 3 sessions, I'll be able to learn this much.
Thank you.
Yes, I was very impressed also when we did an online course, because all the children have the option of doing sessions with the teachers and with each other as well. And so the wisdom that I experienced before in your students and your children is just amazing. How and I love to hear more about that.
Thank you. Aki would share next. Akhilesh.
Hello, my name is Akhilesh. I'm 14 years old, studying in ninth grade right now. And I've done quite a few of these breathwork sessions that schools provided me with, some personal and some out of choice or any help that was required in school or any doubts or any misunderstandings about myself. And through all these breathwork sessions, I've really understood how to be more focused, careful, and mainly how to be myself. I really appreciate these benefits that I've received from doing these breathwork sessions, as it's really allowed me as a person to grow in understanding others and myself around me. And I'm also glad that I've been able to receive breathwork at such a young age, as it's brought more realization and understanding into me. But something that really shocked me the most was the power of the breath and how it can help or heal your physical and mental strength in multiple ways if you were to just sit, focus, and just think about the problems or let go and take in breath, which was really amazing and was very unique and a little bit difficult for me to understand in my first few sessions. But I think once I finished about 5 sessions, I really understood the proper benefits and understandings of breathwork.
Right, it can be very intense in the beginning and physically as well as emotionally. So you did have very intense sessions in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and so sometimes it's like we don't understand the power because it's so intense that we cannot really understand and analyze it, and then we have all the insights, and then with the insights our understanding grows what the power of the breath is. And that was Leonard's life's mission, so that he loved people to have that experience where they can personally directly connect with their inner power. Thank you very much for your personal sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll now hand over to Rishikesh. That's Yadu in short.
Yes.
Yadu, over to you.
Hello. Good to see you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Haika. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to see you soon.
Yeah. So, I have it written on my phone.
Okay.
So, I was introduced to breathwork at school at a very young age. And Jayashree auntie and my teachers also introduced me to working on myself with breathwork. Also, I got an opportunity to meet Leonard, or I used his support to help my breath and to help myself, which was which did really help me in a lot of ways. Also, breath has helped me to connect to my body. It has also helped me control my emotions. And after that, I became aware when I was doing my breath work, and when I used to breathe, just become aware of few things. And after breath work, I'm really very powerful, and I get a positive energy in my body. Then I had few challenges with many times, and I dealt it with breath work, which really helped me. Breathwork was always my friend, and I'm really grateful to have breathwork as part of my growing up and learning at school. I'm really grateful for that. As Radhanti told, that I'm also being a teacher. I'm helping teachers at Brahma Kamal, the special needs children. I give sessions for them. I've started breathwork sessions, then brain tap, then art therapy. So things like that I'm doing with Brahma Kamal. Yeah. So I am, whatever I've learned, I'm giving it to people who need it. Yes.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
Yadu.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
are you able to give yourself breathwork sessions?
Yes, I am. I do give myself.
Wonderful. Good to hear.
Thank you.
Now I think it will be Kapila. Is that right?
Yes, Haika. Thank you, first of all, Haika. Thank you for organizing this beautiful program to honor Leonard's life and his contribution. So all of us, we're really happy to participate in this celebration. Yeah. I speak for myself and also as a rebirther and a member of our community, the Creative School and Prajna community, when I express truly eternal gratitude to Leonard or for teaching us about the 5 elements and the inherent power of the breath. It's been a wonderful journey of healing, of growth, since my own training 15 years ago, and then in Prajna Wisdom Center, which is a sister concern of Creative School for those of you who are hearing about us for the first time. So over here for the last 11 years, day after day, we have offered rebirthing breathwork sessions, spiritual purification, along with other healing modalities. And breathwork is one of the primary healing systems we use for both adults and children. And we're really amazed. Every day we feel so grateful as we observe such profound healing happen. Physical illnesses being healed, mental, emotional, imbalances being healed. Sometimes when a person comes, we really don't know how we will begin, how they will progress, because the problems seem so big and so complex. But we just trust. We trust in the power of the breath. We trust in the divine force that flows through the breath. And then to just observe and surrender as the healing happens. So we just feel so grateful for that. We've also, as Radha was sharing, we've also deeply integrated working with 5 elements into the healing processes, especially fire. And in fact, during COVID, we actually created fire purification kits for individuals and families who were in isolation. And we were sending out these fire kits to people so they could use fire in their homes, wherever they are in different parts of the country. We sent these fire kits.
I think you're frozen.
Hello, can you hear me now?
You were frozen. Now you're back. Yeah.
Okay. So I was talking about, maybe I will turn off my video. Will that help?
Sometimes it helps, but it's also, yeah, just.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm just turning off the video now. So I was talking about the fire kits, which was designed very beautifully by some of our students and our staff, to consist of a Havan Kund, firewood, lamps, and a lot of people wrote back to us telling us how much fire helped them feel calmer during COVID, and it helped their fevers reduce. It helped their blood oxygen levels improve. So this was wonderful testimony to the power of, nature's elements. And happy to say these fire kits are still popular, and we have many people who are purchasing it from our center. So the work is still, it's spreading. And we also run rebirther training programs, as Haika is well aware. And they have well-designed curriculum, practice, assessments, and certification at the end of it. So continuing Leonard's work and creating more rebirthers in the world is very fulfilling for us. As Haika was saying, I'm also excited to announce that Pragya is collaborating again with RIBA and Haika on a 9 days retreat in October. October 13th to 22nd, to be more specific. And this is a 9 days residential retreat, which will be conducted in our campus located outside Bangalore city. And it's a space surrounded by hills and forests with abundance of nature's elements, organic food, open skies, and time for silence and reflection. So this retreat is open for everyone to explore the benefits of rebirthing breathwork. And we welcome you all.
Thank you so much. Yes. The fire element, in the German call later, I have a friend and client who will talk also about the fire, but it will be in German, so I can say something about it now. And he has COPD from smoking. After smoking, the lung alveolar collapsing, and he experienced in his fasting day and fire day how his lungs opened. And it wasn't the smoke that does not do any damage in that case. On the contrary, the fire really opened his breathing, and he was able, after many months only on oxygen, to let go of the oxygen during the day. And so the fire has such a power, and it's beyond words. And that's what we call the spiritual purification practices. And Leonard actually learned that from Babaji and the immortal yogis in India, because it is a very Indian tradition to do fire ceremonies and with mantras and offerings. And you at Creative, I think you are the only school in the world that actually really has all the practices integrated, like the rebirthing practice, and how you benefit people, the students, the teachers in their work, as well as the family surrounding the school. And I am very honored, and Leonard is thrilled. I'm sure he's watching and very thrilled that you are all here and continuing the work, because that was his life's mission. That's why he came here to spread this awareness and this knowledge to the world. And so would anybody like to talk more about the principles of working with the mind? Because that was also one of the important things in our work. We did the rebirthing breath work, as well the spiritual purification practices, and then the mind mastery, understanding that the mind can be very destructive, and that healing the emotional mind. And some of the kids also already said that. So you shared about using the affirmations every day, and creative thinking. Anybody would like to share some more experiences about that?
We do a lot of work with self-awareness.
Now you're breaking off again.
Okay, we turn off the video again. Yeah.
Okay.
We do practice self-awareness and different modalities, including what Leonard taught of the personal law, personal lie, and recognizing that. And silence and introspection helps to kind of identify Where are these blocks? Where are our limitations? What are these personal lies? We practice spiritual psychology, inner child work when necessary, going into memories, clearing trauma, and thereby also loosening up some of these personal lies that are so tricky sometimes. And the mind and the ego, also come up and can further trick us. So becoming aware of this and very diligently practicing affirmations, it takes time, but we really see change happening. And when we combine the spiritual psychology with the energy work, with breath work, with the 5 elements, it is way more powerful than for people who only work, for example, with a psychotherapist. We get many people who come to us after doing work, many years of work with psychotherapy. And there are some things that they are still stuck in, although they are aware of it, but not being able to free themselves and truly create transformation in their lives. So the combination of psychotherapy, spiritual psychology, along with energy processes, that is truly amazing. And, both go hand in hand.
Yes, thank you very much. Leonard used to say the breath and the mind are the king and the queen. So the breath is the queen and the king is the mind, are the king and queen of human consciousness. So it's not just the breathing. And in the breathing session, we're also receiving insights into our personal history and in our story and past. And so getting in touch with past traumas and then having the intellectual understanding as well, and not just the intellectual understanding, but also the emotional understanding. And with the emotional understanding comes the change and also the integration and the transformation. And then we can behave differently and we can have different conclusions and live our life more happy and more fulfilled. Yes. Anything else from creative? I'm truly honored, I say that again, that you are here. And I hope that your inspiration will go out. So there is a few interviews also that I did with Jayshree about the school, and there is a lot. Where can people find you? Maybe that's the important thing. Where can people, how can they connect with you?
We will share our website details over here in the chat window.
Okay.
So people can write us an email or contact us through that.
Yes, and I will maybe also say it because for the live, if we later record it, I don't know if it will be visible there.
Sure. So it is Prajna.
Prajna.
Wisdom
Like what we see
Center.
under your name, Prajna Wisdom Center, right?
Yes. Prajna Wisdom Center, CENTRE.
Yes.
So Prajna Wisdom Center.in.
in. Okay. Wonderful.
We have our contact details in the website as well as information about our work.
Great. So one of the basic work that you do is also called Sacred Classroom. I really love that description of the work of how you honor the children. Okay, so I will continue now with Arti, if that's okay with you, or is there anything else? Thank you so much for contributing. And Jayshree and Ashok, I think, are now climbing Tibet, in Tibet in the mountains, and
They're
so
channeling
that's
to
why they can't be
Manasarovar.
here right now. So we give our love to them, and I'm so happy and excited. In next week, I'm coming to India and will meet you all. And now Arti Saxena, when I got stuck in India at the first COVID lockdowns, the first 3, I was stuck in a beautiful place, the Rishikesh Sadan, which Arti Saxena is managing in Rishikesh. And as we didn't have anything to do, my friend Annie from Australia and we trained all the people that we could find. And Arti is actually a social activist because she founded the Samvedna Connecting Souls. It's a trust that she founded, and the trust works with women in rural areas and teaching them skills of self-empowerment, self-improvement, work skills, and also about mental health. And so she's a certified rebirthing breath worker through the training that we did 3 years ago. She's practicing that. She's also Reiki master and Reiki teacher. And well, you've been working with the women to create a safe environment for them to, and you do also couples counseling, and you have a lot of compassion for people and wisdom and skills. So you sell products that are actually made by the women, and you help women and to find inner peace and clarity about their life. And Samvedna actually looks at women who are living at the northern side of Rishikesh, right, all around the Rishikesh Sadan. So I'm very happy, Arti, that you're here, and I'm happy to hear from you, share a little bit about your work.
Yeah.
And how the rebirthing breathwork and Leonard's ideas touched you, because we were doing fire on the Rishikesh Sadan when we were there. We had 3 sides around is forest, and then on top of the roof we had a fireplace, and we had plastic bathtubs, so we had everything there. So welcome, Arti, and I hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Heike. First of all, happy Teachers' Day. Today in India, there is a Teachers' Day. Yeah, so, and you are my teacher of that, and I am always very, very grateful for this, and thankful also. Till when I didn't meet you, I am working. I am doing with Rishikesh Southern and Samvedna Connecting Souls, working for women empowerment. But still, I feel something empty inside me. I don't know what's with me, and I don't know why it's all happened with me. And when I first met you, when you entered at Rishikesh Southern and asked you first, my question is, what is rebirthing breath work? Because when we started emailing, that word is click in my mind. There is something I need to know more about that. It's more attractive for me. And you told me, okay, you have experience one day with me. And luckily for me that time, it's luckily for world, it's not good for COVID, and definitely COVID is not good for anyone. But for that time, it's the situation makes us, we didn't realize what's going outside, because inside we feel very much connected and peace. What you and Annie gave us, you gave me sessions and teachings, and it's completely changed our life. After leaving, I started with the women of my Samvedna family. I started to, when I started to work with them, and it's surprisingly mostly no, they didn't know how to breathe. the people think they are breathing and breathe is necessary, but when we talk about breathe, they didn't know how to breathe. Their breathing is always the wrong way. So my first, like, is the mission. It's, I met anyone, I talked 2 minutes with them, and first I ask them how you breathe, and then say them to correct your breathe only, because this is only life. If you understand the correct breathing, then everything is going well. So I started with like that, and I giving sessions to the women of here with my Sambedna family and our localities and all. And this is maybe something stuck in my life because of, and I got very much sick. My both knees are not working that time, and almost 1.5 years I am on the bed, and it makes me very very down, because it's very difficult. I have to work for kids and for my work, everything. And when I am on this situation, it makes me very very depressive mode. And I realized, no, I didn't need to be depend on the medical science. I have to do something more. You also send me nice messages for motivation and any piyama, and I received this energy from you all, and I started self rebirthing that time again. And I revive my Reiki healings also. And it's really very amazing. When I stopped all the medicine, I'm getting well, because I'm going into deep with the healing, self healings. I give doing so many rebirthing sessions for myself, and healings for myself, and it makes me completely. Now I am walking very much, going climbing, everything I can do. But according to medical, doctor said no, it's not necessary. So it's just a miracle of breath. This is my belief, because I am just focused all the time my breathing. If I feel any time a little down, then it's, I feel okay, it's something going wrong. So what needs to correct? Only the breath. So, and the spiritual purification, definitely it's the like a miracle, amazing thing. When I started to giving the sessions to the yoga students which are coming here to for learning yoga teachers training, and I given them classes, and after that they come to me for a personal session. And when I started with them and tell about them about EEP and spiritual purification, and they are amazed, what is this? They didn't know about this, and when they heard, they said, yes, it happens with us. And the simple thing they didn't understand, that they just after the shower, they put the fire or candles around them and completely changed. This practice makes them completely their life change. So it's really, really very amazing techniques and powerful. And I especially work with the rebirthing, with the chakra healing. And this is also makes them too much releasing, and to come out over their traumas. And it's really worked for that. And how much I am going deep and about Leonard's things, which is right, 15 biggies and everything about them, and prosperity consciousness, everything. When I reading more about this, I think this is the right way of the teaching, and this is our plan to open a Samvedna school for that, and which I shared with you in last months. To this is really needs in our school education. If we started like creative school, they said, I am really very much impressed with that. We need to teach the children about that, to how to they started their life in the right way. So in this process, we are also started working with that. And really, I thank you so much. Thank you, Heike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just trying still to get on Facebook, and I 1 second, Arti, and I have to just type this message.
Yes. I still continue, and now
Yeah,
I continue
yes,
with my
please.
some experience with my clients.
Yes, please.
One of my clients from Ibiza, Spain, and when I started to give her, she is so much depressed about her work, about her relationship with her kids, and she completed 10 sessions with me, and after fourth or fifth session, she start to change, and she feels more connected, and she understand what's the problem with her kids and what's her nature, because the kids are not problem, her nature is the problem, and she understand with that releasing process, and that I give her some uh, reading techniques, all right, reading things also about personal lives and yeah, relationships, NVC and all, and she understand where is the wrong things comes, why the relationship is not going in on the right path, and she completed her 10 session, and then she go back to her, and she's and very nice message to me, like she never had this type of relationship with her kids and her parents. She have so much hold in her heart, and which after releasing, she feels so light and good relationship with that. And recently, my client from Iran, and she is also have very much problems in her life from the childhood, and when after the complete, like in the sessions also she's sharing, and she completed 10 sessions, and it's completely changed her, and the other students, when they saw her, they said, what you did? And she said, I only breathe.
Right.
And it's
The
really amazing.
transformation often is visible physically as well in the structure, but also in the facial expression. Yes, people
Yeah,
notice the
everything.
difference.
Yeah, she didn't feel this calmness in her heart before. She didn't feel the happiness in her heart before. So now it's completely changed her. So for this breath work and the Leonard's techniques, it's really amazing and completely transform the person. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the beauty and the power, is that simplicity that we can it affects us in all levels of life. And when people are open to reflecting on their life, and you give them suggestions, and so creative, the teachers were also talking about the personal law, like you were saying. The personal law is basically just the basic negative thought, or the basic thought that we have. The negative one, some people call personal lie, and the other one, but it's basically we are run by a thought. And for most people, and when we look at people's lives, we can see that there must be a negative thought behind that. And in the sessions, we get the insights also about this, and then the help to transform it. So it's wonderful when I hear you talk, how we can affect the life of people.
Yes.
And it's such a benefit and such a beautiful, it's a blessing to be able to be a rebirther. And the profession was created by Leonard, because before there was rebirthing, there was that we didn't have access. And I think that rebirthing is the most powerful experience that people can have within 2-3 hours of transformation.
When we give anyone the first session, when the pain start and anything, and it's completely changed, that me also have this experience, but the end of the session, we want this like a forever.
Right.
So
and that's why
that's
Leonard
the people.
That's why Leonard combined with the idea of physical immortality, because we only want to live a long time if we are happy. If we are healthy, if we are happy, if we are connected to the world of spirit as well, because we can never be happy in just the material world.
Yes.
Yes.
And now these days, Rishikesh southern backside, the water stream is full because of monsoon, and there is a very clear running water like a river. So we had a very good chance of water rebirthing. So last week, me and Megha, we both go there and have a very nice experience. We give each other one by one, but like one day I gave her and one day she gave me, and it's really amazing with the forest and the pure water. It's amazing. And after that we come and doing our Samvedna women, like, you know, I give them work, but when I know more about this understanding after your trainings, and now we work on candle making mostly, and the women's make a beautiful candles, and because it's a very nice element of fire, we burn, as you teach us, like we check the how many flames we need for our body. So I also tell the students who is coming here, you check, and accordingly you put the fire around you, the candle fire, and women make this. And as I work into Reiki also, so I make sometimes the intention candles for them, and with the perfect aroma, blending the perfect aroma according to their problem. And it's really it's a mix with this I try to mix little bit with this, but it gives a really very good impact to them also. Yeah.
Right. Leonard called that the candle meditation, that you first start one
Yes.
candle and see if you if it produces an effect in your energy
Please.
body, in your etheric body, and then the second candle, third candle, and fourth candle, till you feel you have the right amount of candles or flames around you, that it produces a result.
And at the time of rebirthing, the sessions, I also put some candles nearby around the person, and make it the place like with the candles aroma, and not much aroma with the breathing session, but the fire I put around them. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, it's so beautiful how you are changing the world around you, and with how much love and compassion, wisdom you contribute to the life of the people around you. So I will go right to Rishikesh when I arrive in India, and hang out and take my bath twice a day in the Ganga. And yes. Anything else, Aarti?
I just, it's my life wish to be always with this community, to connect with them, and to work with under you, and spread this knowledge and learn more about this. I like you arrange a salt. I saw you on your website. In the next June, I just want to upgrade my knowledge and then share to the world, which I know who is connected with me. I just want to work on that. Like, yeah. Thank you, Heike. Thank you,
Thank
Lena.
you, Aarti, and I'm excited seeing you soon and going home to my home country, India.
Yeah.
Thank you
We are
so
also
much.
so much excited. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And I like to just read the message that Carrie wrote, because before she left, I didn't know that she had to leave. So she said, "Thank you for sharing. I have to go now, but I would like to take the opportunity to publicly thank Leonard for his teachings that allowed me to transcend reality. I am blessed in ways that I can't convey in a few short words." So Carrie, the Kiwi probably means she is from New Zealand. And sorry that I didn't see that before. Anybody else who would like to share? I was wondering if Lotte wanted to share something about her experience with rebirthing. Would you feel like it?
Yeah, thank you for all your stories. Yeah, I did a 3-week training with Heike this year in February, and since my full journey last year and since this training, my life has changed so much, and the breath really gave me my life back. It's so powerful. Yeah, I recognize all the things that you shared, like the spiritual purification. I just came back from a swim in the lake, cleansing all the EEP off, and yeah, my life is so full at the moment, and there's so much growth and so much love and so much happiness in my life, and also this beautiful community. I really love hearing all the stories from India. Heike told me about it during the training, but hearing it from your personal, seeing you and hearing about it from you was really, really powerful. Yes, I'm really glad to be a part of this community, and it's beautiful that you take this day, that I can be with you in taking this day of honoring Leonard and all of his wisdom and teachings. So thank you. I'm really grateful.
Wonderful. You are in Holland, and Doreen Blau and I, we trained in Holland, and people from different countries. We trained 50 rebirthers since COVID started, actually. And that's a real blessing. That's also a community, powerful and beautiful, spreading the work. And so you talked about the 3-week training. Basically, Leonard was already doing the 3-week training, and that is now our way that we train, and we cover lots of topics, lots of it's about our own process, about our own knowledge about ourselves, but it's also about how to guide and how to support other people. And then people after the 3-week can go out and start rebirthing, and then we still have supervision, and then they become assistants, and then we complete that with the SALT, the Special Advanced Leadership Training that Irene Jovi Baumann and me are doing, and we have been doing it in one of the Spanish islands, so it will be on Menorca again in June 2024. So the work, and that's what I think will honor Leonard most, is that the work continues, and that his inspiration and all the teachings didn't stop with him. And he is also on the soul's level, he is still watching us, guiding us, because many people have experiences how he participates in the sessions and supports people in their own journey. And some of us have still internal contact, and so he is still inspiring his work and his mission. And yeah, it's wonderful to participate in life in a way that it really uplifts other people. And I think that's also probably your experience, Lotta, how you can not just for our own benefit, but how we really have such a powerful gift that we can share with other people.
Yeah, by living the principles of rebirthing breathwork, you already share so much with the people around you, and then by guiding sessions, it's so powerful. It's so beautiful to do this work with other people and to share it.
Right. And that makes us more aware of life itself. You know, we learn also still when we watch other people in their transformation process. Yeah, it's very fulfilling. And I can see that in all the people that do good sessions. And Leonard always wanted individual sessions because he wanted that everybody has the best support that they can have while they're going through the deepest personal experience. We had all the different sharings, how intense it can be in the beginning. And we don't want people to be doing that in a group where they don't have one-on-one support during their most intense, vulnerable experiences in the beginning. After they have sessions, then they know what they get themselves into. Leonard said, then, you know, you're free because you know what will happen or could happen to you. But in the beginning, people are too vulnerable. So that's why he wanted people to have at least, usually he said 10 sessions, but at least 5 sessions in individual sessions before you play with anything else. So anybody who trained with Leonard and says they trained with Leonard, if they don't do individual sessions, they have not really understood. And he didn't change that. I mean, at the end of his life, he was a bit forgetful, but he never encouraged group sessions. Yeah. So Leonard's life, I mean, he was dedicated. He experienced rebirthing breath work by himself in his own experiences in the 1960s. He had his own personal awakening experience, and then he also had experiences in the bathtub with the breath. And then he shared about that in his spiritual, he called that the 1-year seminar. And he shared that with people, and they said, oh, wow, we want to have these powerful experiences too, because he shared about his memories of his birth and other experiences of life. And so then he volunteered, and he just noticed that it wasn't the water actually that was producing the experience of the energy moving through the body and that power, but that it was actually connected with the breath. And then he developed it, and he developed it with different people and the original rebirthers. There's still some of the original rebirthers active. And so in the more meetings today, we will have a German meeting at 1 Central European time, which with Konrad Halbig, who published the books with Leonard at Koha Verlag publishing company, and Gunther Sarito Griebel, who brought rebirthing actually from the US to Germany in the early 70s when he studied with Leonard, and Sophie Lanzoni, who has trained with me a few years ago, and she is a psychologist. So and then we have a Spanish meeting, which will be led by Silke Moderson from Tenerife. And she's a rebirther also since decades, and she will host that in Spanish. My Spanish is not that good. And then we have another English one tonight at 6 o'clock. This morning is more good for Indian time, because we have all the different time zones covered. And then tonight will be better for the American community. And then we have actually for the first time a French meeting at 8 p.m. So anybody, but my French is also so minimal. But I like to ask Purnima, Lillian, would you like to share anything? Or Sylvia or Juris, anything that you like to share? If you had personal experiences with Leonard or with the rebirthing. Hi, Juris.
Hi, everyone. I'm new person in your society, but why I'm today in this? I study French psychoorganic analysis more like 30 years ago. And in this training being included rebirthing. And it's been my first experience with rebirth. And I am being professor in some higher schools. And I work with rebirthing with students. After that, I studied many years psychoanalytic, psychotherapy, family therapy, but now I 5 years return to I am transpersonal psychotherapist, according to Eurotas. And in this case, I have 15 years at sauna school, and I start before COVID, think about how to combine my experience in sauna, in Latvian sauna. It's very different from Finnish sauna. Combined with reversing, and we start to talk maybe according to this Eurota standards, some training, but COVID comes. And now I think maybe we need to return to this idea, because in Latvia, very popular reversing. In Latvia, we have one lady who live in United, Latvian lady, but now on being trained with Leonard. And now she returned to Latvia, and we have very, very popular this reversing according Baltic states. I'm from Latvia, from Riga, and it's Baltic country.
Wonderful. Happy to have you here. And yes, the movement is international. I mean, there's rebirthing in all countries, and we had people come to trainings from all around the world, and the power speaks for itself.
Yeah, and it's been very interesting. You mentioned this training next year. Maybe I need to remembering something and continue this work according our old traditions, spirit traditions, sound traditions, and it's very. I think it's been very good idea combine this.
Yes, 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 because what we call spiritual purification, and that was the amazing thing about Leonard. He was open to explore, and it's based on the elements, and sound is also one in part of the elements, and how the healing effect of the elements can be used through different techniques. The breathing session in itself, though, is often it's best to just have that done when somebody is just lying down with no outside effects for the beginning, because then the experience is so deep anyway that the sound is internal basically, and then you can hear the universal sound, and but we explore all the beautiful resources that we have on this planet.
Yeah, and I think I maybe see you next year, and
oh, that would be wonderful.
My youngest years, and
great.
Start
Yeah, and I keep doing the trainings. I do them actually in Germany now at my center. But,
yeah, but sorry,
maybe
I don't know German. I speak a little bit English. Before Russian time, I started as a psychotherapist in Russian time. I have experienced 35 years and been the first licensed psychotherapist in my country. I've been trained according German family therapy standards, but I doesn't know German. Sorry.
No, but the trainings will be in English most of the time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most Germans speak English, so we can usually.
Yeah, I see. Thank you for this meeting. Now I need to go to my private practice and work with my clients. And maybe I return. And this been one possibility. Thank you.
Thank you, and have a blessed day.
Yeah, thank you.
Lillian or Purnima, how do I call you?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, Purnima is how people call me and how I like to be called as well. And thank you for organizing this. I feel very nice to get this connection. I am first trained. I first had contact with rebirthing through Osho Vision. It was a teacher called Samvara Boldevik. She's German. She's based in Brazil. I'm Brazilian, and then have this half of my year in UK for 13 years. And then I spend time here and in Brazil every year. And I also was trained by Robert Mundell. So Bob Mundell was one of the great reference, most close to Leonard D.
In the very beginning.
Yes, in the very beginning. So different than you have been sharing. My first contact was a breathing group, and then I was trained to hold some groups, but never big groups. And then I started doing this in a way where I feel really comfortable to support everyone. I'm still have to understand in this paradigm of when the person, when you say that should be first doing rebirth individual, in the individual sessions, I agree with you. And then I found out something very funny here in London, that in 2010, when I arrived here, nobody was speaking that much about rebirthing, and became very difficult to have clients because very expensive everything here. It takes like at least 2 hours to see someone in an individual session, and lots of resistance. Then I created this rebirthing club that was an opportunity to make it affordable and regular for those that was curious about. And then from these groups, I started getting my individual sessions for clients that's doing journeys with me of 10 sessions, 20 sessions, and then have the full benefit of breathing in a conscious way. I'm now really interested in the purification process because I have a very strong ancestral background, and then my indigenous roots is calling and this connection with the elements, and then breathing with the trees and breathing by the river and being outside and take people from the city to have the experience to feel connected. Because my strong my deep understanding is the breathing, and the air is what is in between all of us, all beings, animals, everyone, that created this sense of connection that is so invisible, and people's disconnected from Mother Nature, and the rebirthing with this shamanic perspective bring this type of reconnection of the feeling of unity. So yes, I don't know.
Leonard learned the practices by from Native Americans, do the vision quest, and that's what we also do in our trainings, where we sit with the fire continuously in silence and fasting to reconnect with our true nature.
Yes.
Are you in Brazil now, or are you in England?
I am, as my time in England is like from May to October. Then I escape from the winter. I don't have in my I don't have in my DNA the survival mode for winter. I come from very sunny place. I'm from Bahia, it's northeast of Brazil. And then it's quite hard for me to navigate in the winter time here.
Right.
And also have my family there, so everyone wants me to come back for Christmas time, and usually, yeah, is the time when I'm away anyway. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank
So
you.
welcome. Yeah, I'm offering the individual sessions in Brixton. And
in Bristol, okay.
In Brixton is southwest of London. Brixton, yeah.
Okay.
And groups in Camberwell, yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we will finish this meeting soon, now in a moment, because we have more meetings coming up. In India, it's already late afternoon now, and then the question was the meetings. The next meeting in German will be at 1 Central European Time, 3 p.m. for the Spanish one. And 6 p.m. for the English, where Sarah Dawn and Peace Arnold will be with me. They are awake, they are sending me messages, but it's still very early there. And then French at 8 p.m. And so thank you everybody for being here. I hope that I can figure out how we can be live on Facebook for the next meetings. And thank you everybody, and for all your contribution and love and sharing your experiences. And yes, I will finish the meeting now, and some of you I see in person, and other people I see maybe at another time on this planet, and this beautiful planet, being fully alive. Om Namah Shivaya, and Bole Baba Ki Jai, and Leonard or Ki Jai. Om Namah Shivaya. Ciao.